Welcome back to today's video, guys. Today is part 2 of me turning art back into my hobby. If you are someone who feels like you've kind of floated away from something you love to do, an art kind of hobby or a craft that really helped you to decompress and just unwind, then this video is for you. My name is Rachel Armstead. I'm the owner of Proverbs and Pens, an art and stationery shop that I started last year. And it has been a joy getting to talk to Christians, getting to encourage them to be bold in your faith, and doing that through my art and my stationery that I hand make. I have a few videos on that stuff if you guys want to check them out, and I'll try to link some down below. But I have absolutely loved getting to do that. It's been a blessing. I've loved the product development side of it, but the only hard part is that it's taken so much time to start it and to get it going and to learn so many new things that have been such a learning curve that it's taken away time for me creating. And I feel like I've kind of lost that, like, just unwinding with art for fun, because that's what I love to do. And so this series is about doing a lot of the old methods that I no longer do in terms of like the art I create to sell, but I think it would still be a fun hobby just to play around with, or just to get those creative juices flowing again and to get back into that like state of creativity where I feel creative all the time. So the last video I just did a very classic like Rachel Starry Night watercolor painting and like a reflection one with evergreen trees, because that was a very classic thing I used to love to do. Today, that I did for years, we're gonna try doing acrylic pouring. So as you guys can see, I have 4 paintings set up. I really want to try doing a puddle pour, a swipe pour, a dirty pour, and then I want to use my handy dandy old blow dryer because this thing has been through so much. But I used to use this all the time for painting. So I want to use that as well. We're going to set this off to the side somewhere until we need it though, because it loves to slide off of this desk. So I want to just dive right into this. I'm going to keep it simple and we're just going to do 5 colors. So I just have some paper cups that I'm going to mix things in. I have some water because that's something I used to always put in my mixture. That is something I'm a little worried about. I haven't made this in a long time, so I'm hoping to get this mixture pretty correct. I also am really hoping that I don't get painting on my clothes because I have to leave right after I film this video. So we're gonna just pray that I don't get anything on my clothes. The really, like, I don't know, I want to say the heart of this painting is Floetrol. This is what I used to use all the time. I actually ran to Home Depot this morning to get another one. I didn't realize I had 2 like half full to quarter full ones in my studio already. So we're gonna use these first. We're gonna dive right into this, guys. I'm gonna start mixing, like I think I mentioned, yeah, I think I mentioned the blue paints and how I love to do blue things. So we're gonna do like a blue themed painting. I tried to pull some of my like older paints that I don't use all the time because I don't want to waste my like really nice ones, because I have no idea how this is gonna turn out. But we're gonna start by mixing some white. I think white is always a good breakup color in a lot of these paintings. And I think I can get enough to, in these cups, that I can do all 4 paintings with, because you'd be surprised how much they spread when you add the Floetrol. So I know what I used to do, and just to move these out of the way, we're just gonna move these out of the way so I can mix this. This was always my least favorite part, was mixing. We're gonna bring these around so we can get those going. So I'm starting with a white. I put a decent bit of white paint in there. Now I'm going to just add a little drop of water. And this is not really a tutorial, so don't take this like, just, I mean, you can paint with me, but take everything with a grain of salt, because it's been a long time since I've done this, guys. But I am so excited. So I've mixed that a little bit. Now we're gonna add some Floetrol. I've had this around for a while, so hopefully, like, this is really watery actually. I don't know about that, guys. Maybe I need to mix it. That is definitely more watery than I remember. Maybe I didn't need to add water to this because this paint is thinner. I think that's what just happened. You know what? In order to thicken it up a little bit, I think I'm gonna grab some primer. Gesso. Okay, so I found a little bit of gesso. I'm just gonna add this. Gesso, however you say it. I can't remember. Guys, this morning has been so hectic. I've tried to start this video like 5 times, so I'm kind of over it, but I'm trying to follow through and do this. So we have plenty of white paint here. I'm hoping that just helps it thicken up a little bit. But we definitely won't be adding too much of this because I don't want it to spread too much. These paintings, or these canvases in particular, are the just panel ones. Wouldn't recommend doing this if you're like painting to sell, or you're painting to like hang it up, because normally it like, when it spreads, the corners don't normally stick very well with these particular canvases. So I don't want it to be too thin because I don't want it running off too easily. So the next thing we're gonna mix is a light blue. That's probably way too much paint, but again, we're just kind of having fun, guys. We're just playing around. I'm not trying to be perfect in this. I might actually mix this first without any water. I do know that I used to always do water, but I don't know if it's because the Floetrol's been sitting for who knows how long and it's been through a lot. It's really liquidy, more than I remember. So I don't think I'm gonna add any water to the other ones. And mixing paint has always been my least favorite part because it takes a good bit of wrist muscle and it takes a lot of time. That's why we're only doing 5 colors, because we're gonna just keep this simple. We're kind of gonna try this again. This feels so nostalgic, guys, though. I cannot express to you how much I used to love doing these paintings. It's how I really got into like abstract type work and just playing around with colors and just having fun and not getting frustrated when something didn't look exactly how I wanted it to. So that's why I'm so excited to do this again. I have loved getting back into nature paintings and doing like my evergreen trees and learning misty forests and doing more mountain stuff, but there's something about like abstract painting that truly is relaxing. Like I'm not focused on it looking like anything. I'm just having fun and playing with colors, and it's really, really fun. Oh, that came out really fast. Okay, I think you guys saw that, but I got a little too much orange in there. Oh shoot. You know what, let's mix it and see how it turns out. I usually add orange to my blues to deepen the blue. Yeah, that's definitely not what we were going for. Oh wait a second. That's not too bad. That's actually really pretty. Happy mistakes, as Bob Ross would say. Okay, so I'm out of that one. There wasn't a ton in there. Oh, and something I forgot to show you guys is have paper towels on you ready to go in a trash can nearby. They are very, very useful for acrylic pouring as well. Ooh. Okay. So we are going to fill this one up. And when I was doing this really often, I actually think I still have a few videos up on my YouTube channel. I will also link those down below if you guys would like to see it. But I used to share these kind of videos all the time. I used to do it so often that I started using like glass jars and pre-mix my paints so I can just have them on the go. Oh my gosh, I forgot, guys, how, oh, no. No. Okay. I'm just gonna pause and clean this up real quick. Oh my gosh. The joys of acrylic pouring. That's crazy. Oh gosh. Guys. Are you seeing this? Oh no. Oh my gosh. What? I know that used to happen, but this is the worst. I think it's because it's been sitting for so long. I'm assuming that's that like latex stuff. Wow. That is crazy. If my hands are not covered in paint by the end of this, then I guess I didn't do my job right. I guess if my hands aren't covered in paint by the end of this, then I didn't do my job right, because it was always very messy when I did this. I think maybe we should double this up so I don't stab a hole again. All right, so we got a fairly dark blue, nothing crazy. I would like to try making a darker one, but we'll see. So we got 3. Not sure if I'll end up doing 5 colors. I'll try. I want to do like a green because I kind of want to break up all the blues. I think I have enough. Plus I just love green, so. Normally with the dark colors, the Floetrol will change it just a bit. It depends on the shade and honestly the kind of paint you're using. But for the most part, I remember being super surprised with how, like adding the Floetrol, how much it actually kept the color of the paint. Because when I first started, before I discovered Floetrol, I was using just water, and surprisingly, I had some decent results. The other thing about Floetrol is when you're doing something like a dirty pour, which I'll show you guys what that is when we do it, it prevents your paints from like fully mixing together and becoming muddied. So when I was using water, I surprisingly got some decent results, but as you can imagine, mixing your paint with more water doesn't stop them from mixing together when you pour it all on a canvas together. So I usually had like a lot of muddied effects, and I always wondered how people are getting those results before doing more research and discovering Floetrol, because people weren't really mentioning it in the videos that I watched. So this is one of those colors that really gets changed with the Floetrol. So you would have to really adjust it with either its complementary color or maybe even just adding a little more of it to get it to where the shade was. And you also really do have to make sure that you're mixing really, really well. All right, we have all of our colors mixed. I don't know how to describe this one. It's a little hard to see on camera. It's like a green, blue, gray is a good way to describe it. I have no idea, but we're gonna set these back up, these canvases. And I think we're gonna start with a puddle pour. And I think I'm gonna use one of the larger ones over there. Goodness, I forgot how messy this kind of painting was. So I think I'm actually gonna start off with a puddle pour. It's literally how it sounds. You just add it in puddles on the canvas. So I'm gonna start off with white as our base, actually, just so I get the paints moving. And you're just gonna take your time going back and choosing whatever colors you feel like putting down on the canvas. It's amazing how different some of the textures are in each color. And I have to remember that I don't need a lot for this canvas because all of this paint is gonna spread. Another reason why I wanted to do all of the same colors is because one of my favorite things about acrylic pouring used to be that you can use the same colors over and over and get a completely different result. And I just always thought that was so cool. So I actually think that's a good bit. And you can already see some cells forming up. Ooh, no, maybe not. So you can tell my table might be a little off-centered because it's going that way. And the worst part about this is having to dump off some of your favorite parts, but you want to make sure that it at least touches almost every corner. Wow, this is crazy. I haven't done this in so long. Very, very pretty. Just making sure the corners are touched. That one right there is missing just a little bit of paint. I'm just gonna use white. Wow. I think these cups are a little old because they are collapsing on me. I'm just gonna use the end of my brush to kind of move it around to make sure it touches the corner. A little white over there. Wow, that's so cool. That's our first acrylic pouring painting. There's already a bunch of cells to come through. And one of the things I'm remembering now is that it always changes when it dries. And I used to love it or hate it because it would either change, like I loved exactly how it looked when I poured it, and then it changed and it was completely different. So we'll see. Next, we're gonna try a dirty pour. So I'm gonna put all of my colors in different layers in this one cup, and we're gonna dump it on this canvas. I'm gonna do a little one for this. All right, I lied. I'm actually gonna do a larger one because I feel like this is more than enough paint. I think I'm gonna do one more dash of white. But I think this is more than enough paint to cover a big one. Normally, if I was doing this like for real, I would put a cup in each corner, but also these are so small that I could have used two, but I just didn't have it. So I'm gonna let that sit for a minute. I used to give it a little tap, make sure all the paint comes down. All right, so it's been a few seconds. I'm gonna give it just one more tap, and then we're gonna slowly lift it. You can even like drag it. Oh, that's a lot of paint. Oh my gosh. Whoa, it's so pretty. I forgot how pretty these were. Yeah, that was a lot of paint. There was a lot of white in this one, so I'm not surprised. But again, it'll change so much over time. I just made sure I touched all four corners. And it looks... You guys can already see how much it's changed. And when I'm done with all four, I'll make sure to get a close-up for you, but it's so pretty. This is why I fell in love with blues. I absolutely love it. But now we're gonna do a swipe pour. So I need a palette knife for this, which I have. I'm gonna move these cups out of the way, and basically we are just going to put the colors on a canvas in stripes, and then we'll swipe it one way and we'll get this really cool effect. So this one, I'm actually gonna do closer to me because I'm gonna make sure it stays level. I always liked starting with white because when I lay down the darker colors, the white normally creates these really cool cells on it. And if you don't know what I mean when I say cells, they are these little like dots that form on the painting, which you'll be able to see in a little bit. So we're just gonna swipe these down. We had more than enough paint for this, which is awesome. This one's really thick and a little clumpy, so I'm not gonna worry about doing too much of it. I'm actually gonna do a little bit more. Oh my gosh, these cups are so slippery, guys. This is so chaotic, but this is honestly how it used to be all the time. And I'm having a lot of fun, so hopefully you are too. Okay, it's more than enough paint. More than enough. I'm gonna go ahead and do my swipe. You don't want to add too much pressure. It's just a light swipe on the canvas. Although I am gonna have to take off quite a bit of paint because I put a little too much for this little canvas. I'm very rusty, guys, so being able to tell how much I need or not doing so hot at that. I'm debating on if I want to come back up. I don't want to ruin those pretty cells for me, but we just need less paint. Oh. Oh. I have no idea what I'm doing. Oh gosh, why is this one so hard? Okay. I still feel like there's paint sitting there. I can't tell. And I don't want to keep messing it up. So we're just gonna leave it. And we're gonna let the cells form. The fun part about this is letting all the cells form, and it just creates really cool patterns and everything. So we're gonna leave that. It's not my favorite, but something's happening. All right, last one we're gonna do is with the blow dryer. I'm a little scared because I think it's gonna be a little chaotic, and yeah, we'll see what happens. I'm gonna try not to blow paint on myself. So with this one, I guess I can kind of just lay the paint down however I want. Normally what's under ends up blowing up. So how do I want to do this? I'm really enjoying this green. So I think we're gonna do like, just gonna do, I don't know. Ooh, I know, okay. We're gonna make most of it blue, and then I'll do some colors in the middle. Guys, I'm literally just playing around and I'm having the time of my life. Again, this is not a tutorial, so please don't listen to anything I'm saying. But if you're having fun and you're painting along with me and just making a mess with me, then definitely listen to what I'm saying. But I'm just gonna cover this. You would think after the years that I did this that I would, you know, remember, but I literally, when I tell you I haven't done this in such a long time, I haven't. So I'm like remembering as I go. I do something and I'm like, oh, that's kind of wrong. Like I shouldn't do that. That's not how I would have done it in the past. Just gonna add a little fun blue somewhere. I have so much paint left over. I was not expecting that, so might have to do another one just for fun. Okay. Gonna add a little white in there. Ooh, a little too much. I think we're gonna leave it like that. Okay. I know I'm going through paper towels, guys, but this is so messy. I was not expecting this at all. All right. I'm gonna turn this on and face it away from the painting first so I don't like just blow everything over because it's pretty strong. Okay, that honestly was a little lackluster. I think my blow dryer is just too strong for this little one. And because I have all of these over, I'm just really cautious about not blowing them, but I'm actually just gonna take, let me not use that. I'm gonna take my palette knife and add little stripes of like this darker blue around the white. I have no idea if that's gonna do anything, but I don't know. Hopefully it'll create some fun cells. I actually love what that did for this. Wow. It just added a little bit of depth. I think a lot of my colors were a little too similar. But that, wow, that might be my favorite now. It's so pretty. Okay. I'm gonna stop messing with it. I really like that actually. Wow, I'm surprised that that's my favorite. It was like so simple. All right, that is so much fun. All right, guys, thank you so much for joining me on this journey. This was so much fun. I hope you had fun as well watching me make an absolute mess. The fun part is going to be cleaning this up by myself. So that's great. Definitely probably will do another one just to get rid of some of these paintings and to have a little bit more fun. Why not? But I really appreciate you guys joining me for this. I'm super excited for part 3 of this. So stick around if you are learning how to make art your hobby again. Again, I hope you guys enjoyed this video and I'll see you in the next one. Bye guys.